The following is a production of Phoenix Media. The views expressed do not necessarily represent those of the company or its advertisers and may contain language that's unsuitable for younger listeners.
Laugh it up, fuzzball.
I'm about to do to you what Limp Bizkit did to music in the late 90s.
Surely you can't be serious.
I am serious. And don't call me Shirley.
Here goes the last DJ.
Gentlemen, I wash my hands of this weirdness.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another brand new episode of the Kristian Fenix Radio Show on a Friday, February 19th. We are your daily dose of laughs and levity in a crazy, crazy world. I'm joined by my co-host, Mr. Tony Sanfilippo. Tony, how you doing this morning?
Good morning, everybody. Happy Friday. We've made it to the end of the week. Woo!
Oh, yeah. It feels good to reach the end of the week, and we're headed into sort of a holiday weekend week. To let people know again that we will be running best ofs of this show next week.
This guy needs a mental break. I gotta go find my chi, and I gotta go center myself, or however I've been saying it the last couple of days on the show. But I'm just gonna be out in the Sunshine State, America's penis, and hopefully avoiding to be a part of any stories I read on Thursdays.
Let's hope so. Otherwise, you can make yourself the feature of Florida Man. Yeah. But,
maybe I will come up with one story of myself for when we come back.
Interesting. We'll see how that,
Put that there.
How that pans out.
Yeah.
But, folks, let's go ahead and kick things off the way we do each and every day with a question for my co-host, Tony. How many different ways do you know of how a woman can get pregnant?
Well, it's not in a hot tub, sir. It doesn't happen in a hot tub. There's the traditional way. There's also the way you can get artificially inseminated, or if I go old school and we go to that 1995 movie, The Crush, with Alicia Silverstone, you could take a used condom and you can put it up there and, yeah.
Okay, all right.
That was creepy. We should stock in Carrie Ewell's The Claw.
All pretty normal ways that you would think of, well...
minus the last part.
Yeah. But this one, boy, this blows my mind. So, Indonesian police are investigating a bizarre case of a woman who has claimed that she became pregnant by a gust of wind.
What?
Yep. That's not all. The woman, identified as 25-year-old Siti Zana, has also claimed that she gave birth just an hour after realizing she was pregnant. According to reports, she gave birth to a healthy baby girl last week in the town of Cianjur, located in the southwest Indonesian province of West Java. The woman told local media that she was in her living room when a gust of wind blew across her house. Just 15 minutes later, she said she began experiencing pain in her stomach, which started to grow big very quickly. Siti claims she was rushed to a community health clinic where she gave birth to her child. After an afternoon prayer, I was lying face down, and then suddenly I felt a gust of wind enter my vagina, she was quoted as saying by local media. The news of her bizarre pregnancy spread quickly around the town, and eventually it went viral on social media. Situ was paid a visit by local authorities, who were bamboozled by the entire news. I went to the location with the sub-precinct chief and district head. The mother and baby are in healthy condition, and the birth process was normal. The baby's gender is female, and she weighs 2.9 kilograms, Iman Suleiman, director of Ciudad's community clinic, said. Iman added that it is likely the woman experienced a cryptic pregnancy, one in which a woman is unaware about her pregnancy until she goes into labor. Following the childbirth, cops visited Siti's house to start their investigation and put an end to all the rumors. Yeah, sounds to me like she was one of these folks who didn't realize they were pregnant, more often sitting on the toilet and baby pops out. A gust of wind making her pregnant, giving her birth 15 minutes later, something doesn't sound right.
What is that? What is this, Ghostbusters?
Right?
You know? Yeah, I don't think so, dude.
Yeah, or either that or she's claiming her daughter is, the product of immaculate conception and...
I've never had sexual intercourse and the wind just came in gust right into my vagina. Ooh, it got frisky and then I had baby and I talk Russian a little bit because why not? It just makes it funny. I had no idea it was Russian. Yeah.
And the interesting thing is...
what is she, Wanda? Did she just, will it? I thought we were watching an episode of WandaVision, which, by the way, today is Friday, and the newest episode is out today. It runs 38 minutes. Just FYI.
It was so good, right?
Yeah, well, I haven't get a chance to watch it yet. I'll watch that.
You haven't? How come?
No, don't spoil it for me. I didn't watch it yet.
All right. But
it was a late night at the office last night,
the picture of this woman, she's not a big girl. So, oftentimes that's associated with, these pregnancies where they don't know.
It's weird when you say cryptic pregnancy. I worked with a girl in Arvada. She works in Westminster now. And she had no idea she was pregnant until she gave birth. It was the weirdest thing. She has an adorable baby, but she didn't blame the wind. She knew there was that one time 9 months before she did the old knock in the boots, and she never had any symptoms. She never showed. She was a tiny girl too, and then all of a sudden her belly, it just...
It's the way it goes.
It kind of grew a little bit, but she was like, didn't really think anything of it.
Exactly. Well, folks, we have a great show lined up for you today. It is Friday, as we do on Fridays. Let's play the sound clip so that way everybody knows that it is Friday.
It's Friday, gotta get down on Friday. Everybody's looking forward to the weekend.
My dance skills are terrible.
Not great.
They come out Saturday Night Fever, baby.
There you go. We are looking forward to the weekend, but not before we bring you good news, everyone. We have a segment called Just Missed It. Our call-in topic today is long-term relationship goals. We have another segment. Actually, a special guest is joining us today, Kenneth Allen of Amplified Entertainment. You won't want to miss that. We round out the day with This Day in History, and up next is Tony with the entertainment news. Folks, do not go anywhere. We will be right back.
This is Mario Andretti. You know me as a race car driver, but I'm also a Meals on Wheels volunteer. I've raced against the sport's biggest personalities, but I've never met more vibrant, amazing people than the seniors served by Meals on Wheels. You can make a difference by dropping off a hot meal and saying a quick hello. So, America, let's do lunch. Volunteer your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org.
This message brought to you by Meals on Wheels America and the Ad Council.
People been saying to your friend, get a different face, and posting on their feed, they're super ugly. The things they say to them online are cruel and they're not true. So tell your friend, I'll stand up for you. Don't worry, I know what to do.
Know someone being bullied online? You can be a witness and make a difference by letting the world know it isn't cool and by letting your friend know you care. Learn more at eyewitnessbullying.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
Hope you enjoyed your meal. And I just want to say, he's lucky to have a brother like you.
Lucky? Caring for my brother is far from easy. But he's a part of me, like my arms and legs, so I'll be his. No time for tired. Nothing can disable this love. He needs me, but I'm the lucky one, even though I need help now and then.
If you're caring for a loved one, visit aarp.org/caregiving for care guides and community. Support for your strength. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
Dear John, I'm leaving. Uncontrolled high blood pressure is serious, and I can quit whenever I want. Why can't we get back to when you checked on me? I don't want to leave, but remember, when I quit, you quit. Sincerely, your heart.
Listen to your heart and don't let it quit on you. High blood pressure can lead to a stroke, heart attack, or death. Get yours to a healthy range today. For help keeping yours at a healthy range, text PRESSURE to 97779. A message from the American Heart Association, the American Stroke Association, and the Ad Council.
WWE superstar Alberto Del Rio. Take one.
Behold the angry giant.
Try it again, Alberto.
Behold the angry giant.
Perfect. Good luck tonight.
Behold the angry giant.
Yay! Read me another one, Dad.
This is WWE superstar Alberto Del Rio. It only takes a moment to make a moment. Take time to be a dad today.
Visit fatherhood.gov, brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
It may be hard to believe, but people just like you are already saving money. FeedThePig.org makes it easy. Their simple savings plan teaches you how to start saving without going overboard, so you don't need to sell all your belongings and live in a commune.
These dungarees belong to all of us now, Tom.
You don't need to get a second job as a stuntman.
We need a new stuntman!
You just need FeedThePig.org. Don't get left behind. Get tips and tools at FeedThePig.org. Brought to you by the American Institute of CPAs and the Ad Council.
You're listening to Phoenix Media. Listen live and explore more great shows at phoenixmedia.us. Get everything you need for the Kristian Fenix Radio Show over at phoenixmedia.us or on Facebook at facebook.com/Phoenix Media Radio. Now back to the show. And we are back, folks. This is the Kristian Fenix Radio Show on a Friday, February 19th. Now we have this little thing. It's called the Fenix Line, our 24-hour-a-day, 7-day-a-week voicemail line, giving you guys the opportunity to chime in on anything whatsoever. Maybe a wind came in and knocked you up. We want to know about it. Give us a call at 855-PHOENIX-RADIO.
The wind wanna sex you up all night.
That number, 855-FENIX-RDO. Or 855-336-4973. All we ask is that you keep it entertaining. We'll compile those together, put them out in a future show. Now it is the second segment of this show, and you know what that means. Tony's here with the entertainment news.
Good morning, everybody. It is Friday, February 19th, and here is your Filippo Fast 5. Jordan Peele's next film will cast Keke Palmer in the lead role. I think it's going to be a horror film. Should be good. I'm still excited about that Candyman reboot. How about you?
Yeah. I love Candyman. I love the original. This one should be good.
Oh, man, I can't wait for that one to come out. It looks really good. Kourtney Kardashian confirms a relationship with Travis Barker, the drummer of Blink-182, by making it Instagram official. I guess that's what the kids are doing it now. It used to be your relationship wasn't real till you did it Facebook, but now it's Insta. See, this is good things I need to learn down the line if I ever make anything official, right? It's got to be Instagram.
I'm going to jump ahead and I'm going to make it TikTok official.
You son of a bitch. Game of Thrones star Rose Leslie and Kit Harington welcome their first child. Congrats, Game of Throners. Pittsburgh Steelers quarterback Mason Rudolph and Canadian tennis player... I'm going to assume her name is not really this, but maybe it is. Eugene Bouchard. She's a pretty young lady, but unfortunately her name is Eugene, according to this. They're also Instagram official.
Woohoo!
That's 2 Instagram official relationships. We're putting it together on a Friday. It's Good News Friday. Feel it. Broncos will pursue Deshaun Watson if the Texans decide to trade him. That is the best damn news I can give you today. That's your Filippo Fast 5. Now on to the entertainment portion of this. We're going to say Ace Ventura. You remember that guy? Alrighty then. New rumor has emerged claiming that Ace Ventura 3 is in the works with X-Men star Evan Peters, who's also in WandaVision right now. Is he really... Pietro? Is he really?
It's a good question.
Don't spoil it. I know you watched today's episode. I didn't watch it yet. But he's reportedly being sought after to take over the hugely popular Pet Detective. Is he really hugely popular still? Like, do many people know who Ace Ventura is? I know you and I do.
He used to be, but is this going to be one of those Bill and Ted Face the Music type things where it's just too little too late, the humor doesn't work after 10, 15, 20 years?
I'm a little scared, but you know what's funny is, so Evan Peters, just to go off this article, if you watch some of the stuff in WandaVision, especially the Halloween episode last week, did you get any like Ace Ventura mannerisms from him? Because I was thinking that before I even read this article. He's kind of Ace Ventura-y a bit.
He can pull off that slapsticky vibe very well.
Whoa, sis!
But maybe
what's up with the dead popsicle?
Yeah, maybe don't call it Ace Ventura. Make it something else.
Make it something else. Well, anyways, he's up for this possible thing. It would see them basically him playing the son of Ace Ventura. Now, they have done this before. They did it with Ace Ventura, Pet Detective Jr., where they had this little kid play the role, and
Say
I never saw it.
I never even heard of it.
Yeah, you never heard of Ace Ventura,
No.
Pet Detective Jr.?
Nope.
Yeah, it's a real thing, dude. It for reals exists. But never saw it. Had nothing to do with Jim Carrey. He's not even in it. So kind of hard to say you're the son of a legendary character if the main guy ain't going to be in there. It'd be cool to see Jim Carrey. I think if it's done right, maybe. But this is also one of those movies that maybe you don't need.
Yeah.
So...
You know, if you get Bob Odenkirk back to direct it and write it, it might be good.
Yeah, you're so good with these names. Like, his name is in this article. You're full of just this wonderful knowledge, buddy.
I can't tell you the name of somebody I just met 5 minutes ago, but I can pull out the random director of Ace Ventura 2. Don't know why.
Yeah, it's insane. But nonetheless, let us know below on the Phoenix page if you're excited about that. If done right, I like Evan Peters, so I'm excited to see him get more opportunities. I'm just a little bummed. I have a feeling that, again, didn't see today's episode, no spoilers, but I don't know if he's really who he says he is in the show.
Okay, I won't spoil it for you. Just stay tuned.
Hey, were you a big fan of Clue, the movie from the 80s?
I enjoyed the hell out of that movie, and I know who's behind the remake of it, and I'm excited about it.
Okay, well, have you heard this one? Maybe you haven't. I'm going to share it with our Phoenix fans here, but Clue is becoming an animated series at Fox.
Did not know that.
No, I was waiting for the say, what?
Say what?
Clue, Hasbro's popular mystery board game, is getting adapted for Fox. The project is in development at Fox Entertainment as part of a collaboration with Hasbro's content studio, Entertainment One, and Fox's Bento Box Entertainment. Story details haven't been revealed, but the goal is that the animated series will be encapsulating the thrilling and suspenseful dynamics that have made Clue a global sensation for more than 7 decades. Colonel Mustard in the conservatory with the lead pipe. By just hearing these colorful phrases alone, you immediately know what they mean, leaving no mystery as to why Clue is one of the most beloved board games turned IP of all time. Michael Thorne, president of Fox Entertainment, said we couldn't be more excited to develop it as an animated series with E1 and Bento Box. Not much else is involved with it. There, it doesn't say who's going to be voice acting and stuff, but they are, they're excited to get this off the ground, and maybe it'll be done right. As an animated series, possibly.
I was going to say, it doesn't sound like it's associated at all with the live-action remake with Ryan Reynolds and Jason Bateman behind it, which, those two names when it comes to comedy and those types of projects, it's bound to be just golden. But it sounds like this is just a separate project with the same name.
Yep. So we'll let you know as it pops up, and we'll keep you posted on there. What's sad that's coming to an end? You and I grew up loving this, and I know you rave about the reboot, but DuckTales, we've announced, is going to come to an end. But they're at least going to give you a hell of a send-off. DuckTales will go out with a 90-minute series finale.
Oh, good.
So they're going to be getting a supersized episode. It's going to premiere Monday, March 15th on Disney XD. And the Ungated in Disney Now, which, does anyone use Disney Now? I'd imagine I'll catch this on Disney Plus.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, so new episodes of DuckTales will premiere every Monday ahead of the series finale, starting on Monday. So February 22nd, the series will continue to be available on Disney channels and Disney Plus around the world after its conclusion, with 75 episodes and more than 15 shorts to watch. In a joint statement, producers Matt Youngberg and Francisco Enois said it's been an absolute adventure along with the Duck family for 3 seasons of During, Do Bad, and Good Luck Tales. Ever since Carl Barks took a silly squawking duck from a funny animal cartoon and sent him looking for pirate gold, these characters have been a part of constantly evolving legacy of innovation and reinvention. We set out to honor all things we've loved about DuckTales since we were kids, introduce new parts of the legacy for families around the globe. Along the way, our stellar crew, unbelievable cast, and endlessly supportive fans have become a bit of family ourselves. It has been great joy to solve the mysteries and rewrite history alongside them. Little punny there.
Yep.
But don't forget, DuckTales series finale will encore for nonstop for 24 hours following its premiere with a week-long marathon scheduled to air ahead of the final episode. Definitely such a great show. Voice talent, David Tennant as Scrooge McDuck, Ben Schwartz as Dewey, Bobby Monahan as Louie, among more. It's just, like you said, fantastic. If you're not watching this cartoon, if you have kids, or even if you are a fan of the 90s show, got to check it out. It's fantastic.
Yeah, they did a great job with it. And, they make it for kids now, but they also make it for the adults who were kids when the original one came out. So many references back to the original, and the humor is top-notch.
Ooh, that tea's a little hot still. Whew.
A little hot.
But that's a little hot. Also going still in, we're getting away from TV and movies, but I don't talk comics much in entertainment news. I usually don't bring it up a whole lot, but you and I are geeky nerdy. We love comic books. If I see something newsworthy, I'll at least share it. So in this news, the DC is coming back with Batman 89 and Superman 78 comics. So long before the MCU or DCEU, the world's finest big screen superheroes were just Superman and Batman. This is due to massive success of Richard Donner's Superman the movie from 78 and Tim Burton's Batman in 89. Now it's time to revisit the worlds where Christopher Reeve is the Man of Steel and Michael Keaton is the Dark Knight. DC Comics announced a new digital first series, Superman 78 and Batman 89, both coming this year. The artwork below is just bitchin'. It's this cell shade. It's got Michael Keaton's Batman just spread with the wings and logo Batman 89, just how we remember it.
That'll be fun. I was going to say, that'll be fun to check out. They had great success with the Batman 66 comics, so this is just the next evolution.
This one's going to be good, yeah, man. So you're going to have more Twisted Adventures from Tim Burton's classic Batman movies. It brings in screenwriter Sam Hamm, who wrote Batman and Batman Returns, and artist Joe Quinns, who did Dial H for Hero, to pull a number of threads dangling by the prolific director. The gothic mentality behind the world will give the first impressions of Dark Knight's Gotham. So it's going to return Selena Kyle's Catwoman, will debut a new Robin. Oh man, there's going to be all kinds of stuff. It's got a new vision for Harvey Dent's Two-Face.
Very cool.
Or could it be Billy D. Williams' Two-Face? We don't know. I can't wait for that.
Yeah.
I'm very excited. And it said it's going to be interesting to see if Robin will be based on Damon Wayans, who was originally meant to play Dick Grayson in Batman Returns.
Interesting.
I didn't know that. Did you?
You'll have to stay tuned to find out for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. And Superman 78 is this awesome cel-shaded Christopher Reeves looking Superman. It doesn't have much on that one so much. It's more of a Batman article, which is fine because, like you, I like Batman. I just do. He's just good. And then, how much more time we got?
I think it's time to roll into those birthdays, Tone.
Okay, wasn't sure because my little timer stopped, and I know I ramble and get off track. But let's boogie on down to these two whopping birthdays, shall we? This sultry singer of rock and soul, whose most popular song was Kiss from a Rose, ironically from Batman or Batman Forever, right? Who's the third one?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, well anyway, Seal, he's 58, and first known for her leading role on the series Intruders, she would later become famous in her role as Eleven on the hit Netflix series Stranger Things. She also played the lead character in the 2019 blockbuster film Godzilla King of Monsters. You could see her in Godzilla vs. Kong this March. Miss Millie Bobby Brown is 17. That's your celebrity birthdays, and that's your entertainment news for Friday, February 19th.
And folks, that does do it for the entertainment news. That is my prerogative. Folks, don't go anywhere. When we come back, it is time for good news, everyone. We'll see you after these messages.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Most of my family, they never graduated high school, so I'm trying to break that barrier. My daughter, Brooklyn, was also a motivation for me to go back to school. Every day after work, went straight to school, and it paid off.
At age 26, Kareem finished his high school diploma.
I could not have done it alone. I see the future is really bright for me.
No one gets a diploma alone. If you're thinking of finishing your high school diploma, you have help. Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
So I'm a cat, and I just moved in with this new human, and she's got this little toy she's always playing with, all day long. Tap, 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 bloop, bloop. She can't put it down. There it is. Oh, and get this. She even talks to it. Last week, she asked it for Chinese, and guess what? Egg rolls showed up. Like magic. Humans have cool toys.
A person is the best thing to happen to a shelter pet. Be that person. Adopt. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the ShelterPetProject.org.
What if I told you that a tornado was going to happen tomorrow, right where you live? That it would touch down at exactly 3:17 p.m., and I told you the exact path it would take. You would, of course, prepare. You would talk with your loved ones, and you'd make a plan today. It's true, I can't tell you a tornado will strike tomorrow, but shouldn't you have a plan anyway? Go to ready.gov/communicate and make your emergency plan today. Don't wait. Communicate. Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
I spend a lot of time in the backyard, and I'm the center of attention at summer barbecues. In '96, I made some of the tastiest s'mores. And in '09, it was me, your backyard fire pit, that accidentally started a wildfire when a summer breeze carried one of my embers into some dry brush.
Spark a change, not a wildfire. Visit SmokeyBear.com. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
My name is Lola Silvestri, and I'm going to be 95 this year. I was very independent. I fell, and I had to have Meals on Wheels. America, let's do lunch.
1 in 6 seniors faces the threat of hunger, and millions more live in isolation. Drop off a hot meal and say a quick hello. Volunteer for Meals on Wheels by donating your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org. This message brought to you by Meals on Wheels America and the Ad Council.
Hey everyone, let's all stop what we're doing and take a moment. You see, every moment can be kind of special. But they can be loud moments, goofy moments, dorky moments, it doesn't matter. Because every time dads like us take a moment like that to spend with our kids, well, it's pretty momentous. So let's take a moment to make a moment. Call 877-4DAD-411 or visit fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
You're listening to Phoenix Media, the future of broadcasting. Listen live at phoenixmedia.us. Get everything you need for the Kristian Fenix Radio Show over at phoenixmedia.us or on Facebook at facebook.com/Phoenix Media Radio. Now back to the show. Indeed. This is the Kristian Fenix Radio Show on a Friday, February 19th. Now we are all over social media with many of you watching us as we speak on Facebook Live or YouTube Live. Now, if you want to get a hold of us on social, I can be reached at facebook.com/Kristian Fenix Radio. That's Kristian with a K, Phoenix with an F, radio, of course, with an R, or on Instagram and Twitter at Phoenix Media Radio. Tony's available at facebook.com/Tony.Sanfilippo. That's SANFILIPPO.94, or on Instagram at Tony.Sanfilippo81. Now, being that it's Friday, we like to bring you a little bit of good news to take you into the weekend. There's so much hate and vitriol and negative news out there that we like to turn the tables a little bit with a segment that we call
Good News, everyone!
All right, so kicking things off, here's my good news. An audiologist, that's a ear doctor, and a fashion designer with hearing loss have teamed up to create a jewelry line specifically for people who want to add a little sparkle to their hearing aids and cochlear implants. Death Metal, which is an awesome name for this company, which launched in the U.S. earlier in the week, began with an innovation by Finnish fashion designer Jenny Athenian. After losing her hearing in 2018, Athenian was challenged with finding a way to make her hearing aids she now requires more true to her personal style, particularly after noticing that hearing loss was a topic seldom represented in fashion magazines. Leaning on her design background, she created a holster which attached to her hearing aids, from which she hung leather strips in an effort to give them an edgy update. Suddenly, the hearing aids felt more like me, the Hard of Hearing designer says in a press statement. They looked like me, and I looked like me. These holsters are now the basis of Death Metal's new jewelry line, which was created in collaboration with American audiologist Jen Aslin. Designed to help the wearer express individuality and embrace their hearing loss with personal style, the first collection, dubbed the Hope Collection, features more than 40 designs priced from $20 to $45. Each piece of jewelry is sold individually rather than in pairs, which, as Aslin notes to Yahoo Life, accommodates those who wear only one hearing aid. Aslin and Athenian also tapped models who themselves have hearing loss to wear their designs, which range from a simple cubic zirconia stud connected to the holster with a device via a chain, to various charms, crosses, and pearls. The collection also includes cuffs and clip-on styles for unpierced ears, plus printed leather coil hats to attach to cochlear implants with Velcro. Aslin tells Yahoo Life that she hopes the jewelry brings joy to those who wear them, and has already had rave reviews from customers and parents of kids with hearing loss. It's such a cool thing that I'm honored to be a part of, she said. And I'm going to post this on our website for you guys to check out. If you know somebody who has hearing loss, has hearing aids, cochlear implants, go ahead and check out Death Metal and support these folks who are trying to do something good and help people out who have that hearing loss. And I don't know about you, Tony, but I'm probably not too far behind. Been to too many heavy metal concerts.
It's inevitable. I know that day's coming, and I'm a little scared. Because even at times I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Well, and it doesn't help. I work with this one guy, and he's so nice, but I can't understand him. Like, I'm like, what? I'm like, I can't understand you.
Yeah.
It also doesn't help he's mumbling. It sounds like he's got like. Last night I thought I was talking to Ozzy Osbourne. Okay, can you move this and this?
Yeah, and for me, I mean, mid ranges I can hear really well, but certain high pitches and low pitches are just gone for me.
Have you found, while we're on this topic, have you found that going to concerts now? I know we haven't been to a concert since the Stone Ages at this point, but your last concert was Breaking Benjamin and Korn last year, just like mine was. Did you find like you wanted to wear earplugs?
Oh, absolutely.
I have tried it at a few shows, and I felt great. Like, it kind of sucked because it was like, having earbuds in, like right now, a little muffled sound. But, man, I didn't have any of that ringing at the end. And,
in fact,
Denny turned me on to that because Denny does it. He stuffs it. And I regret it sometimes when I don't like when my ears ringing for days. I hate that.
Yeah, I have earplugs that are specifically designed for concerts. So what it does is it brings the level down without losing any of the ranges.
I need to get me some of those. Well, I don't know if we'll ever see concerts again.
Right. It's not like those foam ones that just muffle everything. So they're
that's
awesome.
what I hate, the muffle or the foam.
Exactly. But when I do finally lose my hearing, I might check out this company, Death Metal, to accessorize my hearing aids. And folks,
Death Metal.
That is my
good news, everyone.
What do you got for us, Tone?
Fantastic news. Well, mine's a little short. I'm gonna read it, and it's uplifting and funny. It's not. It's just to put you in a good mood. But I will say, I came across the old when I was putting stuff together for the show. It was just a little snippet, not much. But you know how was it? The Super Bowl was like 2 weeks ago now.
Yes.
That's how fast time moves.
Oh, right.
Andy Reid's son, he hit that car. Poor girl was in a coma. Well, the little 5-year-old is out of a coma, so there's good news there. I don't know how she's doing, but she's out of the coma, so that's a good step for that family.
Definitely.
But let's cheer you up by making you laugh a little. Like there's this video that went viral. I don't know, about a week ago. You sent it to me,
yep.
and it made it out there. So with Zoom, obviously, sometimes there's silly stuff happens with Zoom, and in this case, virtual courtrooms, of course, have their drawbacks. But who would have known that one of them would see a serious lawyer explaining to a judge that he's not a cat? You got to see this video.
It's great.
When Rod Ponton was unable to turn off a cute kitty Zoom filter in Texas court hearing, it's safe to say he got in a bit of a flap. He promised the judge his legal assistant was working to rectify the issue. With his fluffy kitten eyes growing ever wider, more confused, and more expressive, Ponton then felt the need to let Judge Roy Ferguson know he wasn't actually a feline. Ferguson replied kindly, "I can see that." This video is so good. It's just, you sent it to me, I was in tears, and then I found this article and I had to do it. Watch the video, let us know what you think about the most amazing part of the Zoom call is. Is it A, that no one on the call laughed at the mishap? Not true. The big burly guy, he broke character.
He started to crack a little bit, yeah.
Yeah. Or B, that the pandemic era video is seemingly impossible to watch just once. With 20 million views online, if you do keep pressing play, no, you're not likely the only one. Ponton is in on the laughs. He doesn't seem to mind the attention at all, telling the New York Times, "If I can make the country chuckle for a moment in these difficult times they're going through, I'm happy to let them do that at my expense." It's just great. It's so funny, the cat. Just a sad little thing. I'm not really a cat.
Well, the best part is the irony of, it's a courtroom. There's no place more serious than a courtroom. For this guy to have the cat filter on, can't figure out how to get it off of there, and just the facial expressions that it gives as he's trying to explain this.
The guy above him in the tie that looks like Colonel Sanders, just when he cracks, it makes me laugh, and I just love that. Like, I'm not really a feline. I can see that.
Well, Tony,
this video is just too much. It's just good stuff. Makes me laugh, makes me all warm in my tum-tum, brings tear to my eyes, good tears. I know it's not like the greatest news story in the world, but damn if it ain't funny.
Yeah, it's well worth checking out, and it will certainly bring a little light to what's going on in the world right now.
I'm not really a cat. Maybe one time I'll join the show. Kristian, I'm not really a cat.
That would be awesome. Well, folks, that does it for
Good news, everyone.
When we come back, we have a segment called Just Missed It. You won't want to miss it. Don't go anywhere.
So close.
We will be right back.
Allison is perfect. I mean, she'd never tell you that. She's humble and perfect. She likes everyone. She even likes her untidy roommate's weird guinea pig. Allison, wait, are you texting and driving? Allison, no. That's the exact opposite of what I was just saying about you. Why, Allison? Why? Texting and driving makes good people look bad. Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
I'm Paul George of the Indiana Pacers. When I was 6, my days were spent playing basketball. When I was 6, my dream was to make it to the NBA. When I was 6, my mom had a stroke. So I want you to learn to spot a stroke fast. F-A-S-T. F, face drooping. A, arm weakness. S, speech difficulty. T, time to call 911. I'm Paul George. Spot a stroke fast. Visit strokeassociation.org. Brought to you by the American Stroke Association and the Ad Council.
My name is Lola Silvestri, and I'm going to be 95 this year. I was very independent. I fell, and I had to have Meals on Wheels. America, let's do lunch.
1 in 6 seniors faces the threat of hunger, and millions more live in isolation. Drop off a hot meal and say a quick hello. Volunteer for Meals on Wheels by donating your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org. This message brought to you by Meals on Wheels America and the Ad Council.
This is Mario Andretti. You know me as a race car driver, but I'm also a Meals on Wheels volunteer. I've raced against the sport's biggest personalities, but I've never met more vibrant, amazing people than the seniors served by Meals on Wheels. You can make a difference by dropping off a hot meal and saying a quick hello. So, America, let's do lunch. Volunteer your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org.
This message brought to you by Meals on Wheels America and the Ad Council.
People been saying to your friend, get a different face, and posting on their feed, they're super ugly. The things they say to them online are cruel and they're not true. So tell your friend, I'll stand up for you. Don't worry, I know what to do.
No someone being bullied online? You can be a witness and make a difference by letting the world know it isn't cool and by letting your friend know you care. Learn more at eyewitnessbullying.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
Hope you enjoyed your meal. And I just want to say, he's lucky to have a brother like you.
Lucky? Caring for my brother is far from easy. But he's a part of me, like my arms and legs, so I'll be his. No time for tired. Nothing can disable this love. He needs me, but I'm the lucky one, even though I need help now and then.
If you're caring for a loved one, visit aarp.org/caregiving for care guides and community. Support for your strength. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
You're listening to Phoenix Media, the future of broadcasting. Explore more great shows at phoenixmedia.us. Get everything you need for the Kristian Fenix Radio Show over at phoenixmedia.us or on Facebook at facebook.com/Phoenix Media Radio. Now back to the show. And we are back, folks, to the final segment of this hour of the Kristian Fenix Radio Show on a Friday, February 19th. But do not fret, there is still plenty ahead with our second hour, including the interactive portion of the show. We're talking long-term relationship goals. What point do you want to get to in your relationship that you feel comfortable doing whatever it is?
I just want to fart with a reverb. That's what I want to do. I just want to be able to just go up to my baby and just let it go. I just say, I got you, babe.
Hey, that's some people's goals.
You got mail.
In any case,
this is why I'm single, because I'm not going to do that.
If you missed a portion of the show, you want to go back and catch up on any of the previous shows, it is easy enough to do so. Head over to phoenixmedia.us, click on the show's link, scroll on down to the Kristian Fenix Radio Show. From there, you can get video, you can get audio as well, or head over to wherever you get podcasts. Apple, Google, Stitcher, Spotify, Anchor Breaker, TuneIn, iHeart, about 20 in all. While you're there, be sure to subscribe. That way you always have the latest episode. Leave a review. Let us know what you think and tell your friends, because sharing is caring. Now, in this segment that I've titled Just Missed It, we're going to be talking about actors who just missed a role for something that you can't expect or wouldn't think back looking at it that they would fill very well. Tony, could you imagine, for instance, the biggest example would be like Magnum PI.
Tom Selleck Indiana Jones?
Playing Indiana Jones, exactly.
No. And I know that almost happened. And there's no way Indy could have had that bitchin' stash. It just didn't work.
No. It's Harrison
Ford.
Ford.
That grizzle, Harrison Ford had that badass just grizzle stubble.
Oh, yeah. And that mumbly, grassfully, rumbly
And he always seemed like he was an uptight dick, too.
Yep. I hate snakes.
Yeah.
But that's what we're talking about.
I miss Indy, man. Harrison Ford, he's the man for that. You definitely couldn't picture Selleck doing. Although, respect to Selleck, man. He pulled off Magnum P.I. He did a great character in Friends. And what is he on now? Blue
Bloods? Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Still rocking the stash.
With Just Missed It, we're talking about movie actors who were cast for an entirely different role than what they actually auditioned for. So let's get into it. Tony,
Batman.
Did you know that Chadwick Boseman auditioned for Drax in Guardians of the Galaxy before he became T'Challa, or Black Panther, in the MCU?
No. I couldn't picture that.
No.
You can't unsee it, because you wouldn't think that Dave Bautista, a former WWE wrestler, would be so good as Drax, but he's flipping good as Drax.
He nails it, but he's also got the physique. If you ever saw the comic books, Drax is huge, Drax the Destroyer. Whereas, Chadwick Boseman, he's cut, but he's lean, and definitely a better fit for Black Panther.
He was great as T'Challa, and, unfortunately, Wakanda Forever, I'm sure they'll find a good way to honor him. Sad he won't be around doing that role anymore.
Yeah. Well, we know there's a whole series, Kingdom of Wakanda, coming out, and they'll do their best.
Wakanda Forever!
Sticking in the MCU, Tony, did you know that Tom Hiddleston auditioned for Thor before eventually being cast as Loki?
I did read that, and again, the casting director got it perfectly right.
Nailed it.
Chris Hemsworth is Thor. The guy is flippin' jacked.
Yeah. And I don't know.
He is beyond ripped.
I don't know if Hiddleston could have ever gained that mass to pull it off. He is a much better Loki than he is as Thor, and Hemsworth just knocks it out of the park.
Yeah, well, and that's the thing. I couldn't picture Hiddleston being all ripped like that.
No, it's weird.
But I can definitely, he's the perfect Loki, though. He's so good, and I'm so happy that in May we're going to get the Loki series. I'm happy he's back. He's like your favorite anti-villain.
Exactly. The anti-hero, anti-villain.
Yeah. Oh, that's what an anti-hero. Yeah, that's what I meant. Because he is a villain. Anti-hero.
He's kind of both.
Yeah.
A little
Plays
bit
to
of
both sides.
Exactly.
A little bit of a heel, a little bit of a face.
Well, let's move on with actors that just missed it. Speaking of Hemsworth, Liam Hemsworth was originally considered for Peeta, not Gale, in the Hunger Games.
I think they got that right. I think I don't know. He maybe could have pulled it off, but I feel like with Chris Hutchinson, they did fine.
Mm-hmm.
Peeta, I think he did that role well.
Yeah, and I think his Liam's role as Gale nailed it. I mean, he wasn't a huge feature of the movies, but in the later movies, at least, he was better as the military leader than he would have been sort of the sympathetic Peeta.
Right. You definitely felt that with Hutchinson's emotions and things like that.
Exactly. Here's another series that would have been greatly different if the original actor was placed in there. Tom Felton auditioned... boy, let me start that one over again. Woo!
Rewind!
Boy, apparently words are hard on a Friday as well.
Apparently. I thought we did that on Wednesday.
I know. Tom Felton auditioned for Harry and Ron in Harry Potter before being cast as Draco Malfoy. And I couldn't imagine him as either of those characters because he plays that snivelly, whiny so well.
Oh, he does. He was Malfoy. He was a little prick. He was like, there's not too many characters, but when you can actually feel like I really don't like that character, he's doing a hell of a good job. Like, he did a real good heel job doing that. It's kind of like in Game of Thrones, like the one that played Joffrey.
Oh, yeah.
That little son of a bitch. He made me, he makes you mad.
Yeah.
And that's good because it's all fictional. Fictional characters.
Unfortunately, there's
no way he could have been Harry, though.
No. But there's a lot of people who can't separate the fiction from reality. And so if you're too good at an asshole role like that, people in real life will come up to you and treat you like crap. But
yeah, he's like I'm gonna butcher his name. It's Billy Zabeka, right?
Willie Zabka.
Zabeka. I knew I was gonna butcher. I don't have it in front of me, but he plays Johnny Lawrence. I mean, you always hated him in the 80s. He was an asshole in every role he played.
Yeah, typecast.
Always, yeah.
Well, let's move on. We're talking just missed it. Actors who auditioned for very different roles. For instance, Kristen Bell and Idina Menzel actually both auditioned for Rapunzel in Tangled before ultimately being cast as Anna and Elsa in Frozen just a few years later. And honestly, I can't even tell you who voiced Rapunzel at this point.
It was Mandy Moore.
Oh, that's right. Okay. Mm-hmm. Look at you with your Disney princess knowledge.
Yeah, it's kind of sad that I knew that, but there you go, brother. I can't say Zapka, but I can rattle off a Mandy Moore for you.
Let's keep moving on. We're talking just missed it. Apparently, Lindsay Lohan and Rachel McAdams originally auditioned for each other's parts in Mean Girls. Glad that Rachel McAdams came out of that way ahead. Lindsay Lohan at this point is just a mess.
Yeah. For the time in that realm, she was very popular. So she was the perfect fit to be like the good girl turned bad. Rachel McAdams nailed it out of the park. She was such a bitch in that movie.
Oh, yeah, she was.
She was. But what a good one. Like, Amanda Seyfried came out of that movie, too. That was actually a rather enjoyable flick. I'm not going to lie.
Oh, yeah.
From what I remember, it was very enjoyable.
Oh, totally. Let's keep moving on. We're talking just missed it. That soundbite very fitting for this one. Cillian Murphy originally auditioned for Bruce Wayne Batman in Batman Begins before playing Jonathan Crane Scarecrow in the trilogy. Of course, it was later given to Christian Bale.
Oh, good for you! Worst Batman choice in the world. Like, Christian Bale is a friggin' awful Batman. Jeez. And I'm being sarcastic. He's the best. Like, next to Michael Keaton. Just the best.
But to be fair, I don't think Cillian Murphy would have pulled it off all that well. You know, he's skinnier. He doesn't quite have the chin for it. Great actor, but maybe not necessarily for the Bruce Wayne role.
He could have pulled off, like, if he had to pull off a different character other than Scarecrow, he probably could have pulled off the Riddler a little bit, too.
Okay.
Like a little bit of a darker one. Or maybe if they went like Gotham, the way they went with Cobblepot, they could have maybe done something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, he did good as the Scarecrow.
I agree. I absolutely agree. Let's move on. We're talking Just Missed It. So the director of Napoleon Dynamite, Jared Hess, originally wanted John Heder to play the bully Randy. Of course, Heder ended up playing Napoleon, and forever his love of tater tots was cemented into film history.
You couldn't do it. It always had to be Heder. Or it could have been Taylor Swift in drag. Either way. Not to shoot on my my celebrity crush, but once you've seen the meme where they look alike, you can't unsee it.
Nope, can't at all.
Gosh, give me some tater tots.
Let's keep moving on. We're talking Just Missed It. Actors who auditioned for different roles. Joseph Gordon-Levitt auditioned for both Cameron and Michael, ultimately playing Cameron in 10 Things I Hate About You.
Which one was Michael?
Michael was the friend.
Was he the Heath Ledger character?
No, Michael was the
nerdy one, right?
Yes,
the one that was all Shakespearean.
Yeah, and of course his name escapes me at the moment. And
he was also the same young guy in Addams Family Values who freaked out with the Michael Jackson poster, right? That
exactly.
Guy? Okay, I can tell you a movie he was in. I can't tell you his name. You can chime in below. Let us know. Friday, looking at you. You want to chime in?
It'll hit me after we finish this segment for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, folks, that does it for the first hour of this episode of the Kristian Fenix Radio Show.
I hope there was more.
There was some more. But, folks, go ahead and on our long break, enjoy the news, take a potty break, grab yourself some tea, and join us back in about 7 minutes, and we will see you then.
Keyboard Cat, Hamilton the Pug, and Toast Meets World. These are some of the internet's most beloved pets, and they all have one thing in common. Their stories started in a shelter. Start your story. Adopt a dog or cat today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org to find a pet near you. Training that pet to play the keyboard, that's optional. Start a story. Adopt a shelter or rescue pet today. Brought to you by Maddie's Fund, the Humane Society of the United States, and the Ad Council.
Okay, what are you wearing right now?
Nothing.
That's right. So mommy's gonna teach you how to dress yourself. Underwear always comes first, name tag at the back, then pants, then shirt. Get the first button in the right hole or you have to start all over. Socks going first, then shoes, right on right, left on left. With shoelaces, just take the ends, cross them over, switch the loops, the rabbit goes down the hole, pull tight, and you're left with bunny ears. Got it? Why are your pants on your head?
Most parenting is hard to do in just 2 minutes. But 2 minutes twice a day making sure they brush their teeth is easier, and it could help save them from a lifetime of tooth pain. Visit 2min2x.org to find out more. A message from the Partnership for Healthy Mouths, Healthy Lives, and the Ad Council.
How's it going?
I'm having a stroke.
Are you going to shake my hand?
I'm having a stroke.
Wow, you're not even moving your arm.
I'm having a stroke.
When someone is having a stroke, they may not be able to say it with words, but their body language will tell you loud and clear. Look for FAST. F, face drooping. A, arm weakness. S, speech difficulty. T, time to call 911 immediately. Know the sudden signs. Spot a stroke fast. Visit strokeassociation.org. Brought to you by the American Stroke Association and the Ad Council.
The storks are bringing me a baby brother. We can do this together.
All right, let's go.
Storks know how to keep kids safe. Do you?
What?
Oh my gosh, you don't know.
I know.
You don't. Oh man, you laugh when you're uncomfortable.
No. Making sure your child is in the right car seat is one of the steps to safer travel.
I will rock this.
You will rock this.
To know for sure that your child is in the right car seat for their age and size, visit safercar.gov/the right seat.
Cool. Very cool.
Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
You're listening to Phoenix Media, the future of broadcasting. To explore our complete lineup, head over to phoenixmedia.us or like our Facebook page at facebook.com/Phoenix Media Radio.
From Feature Story News in Washington, I'm Simon Marks. President Biden is approving declarations of emergency in Louisiana and Oklahoma as a winter storm continues to paralyze large parts of the American South. The president has already approved emergency assistance for Texas, where utility companies say power supplies are slowly stabilizing after 72 hours of rolling outages left millions of people without heat and light. Bill Magnus is the CEO of the Electricity Reliability Council of Texas, which operates the state's electric grid. He says emergency conditions will stay in effect, even though the grid appears to be stabilizing.
It's a conservative decision, but one I think, given the still fluid nature of the weather and making sure we've got the generation we need and we keep it on, we feel like it's prudent to remain in that status.
At the White House, officials say the storms have revealed the urgent need to focus on infrastructure in Texas. Its electricity grid operates independently of America's national grid. Senator Ted Cruz of Texas is flying back from Cancun in Mexico after escaping the storm with his family and heading there on holiday. He's claiming he wanted to be a good dad and make sure his children got there safely. He's under major fire for his decision to flee the state. The Biden administration says it's ready to engage diplomatically with Iran. Secretary of State Antony Blinken released a joint statement with the foreign ministers of France, Germany and Britain, vowing to try and return the US to the Iran nuclear deal. He says if Tehran returns to compliance with the agreement, the US will engage in discussions with the Iranians. COVID-19 infections are falling rapidly in England, according to a major study which tracks the epidemic. The REACT study from Imperial College London suggests cases have fallen by 2/3 since mid-January and are 80% lower in London. The number of Americans applying for unemployment benefits in the past week rose unexpectedly, signaling continued headwinds in the US labor market. From FSN's business desk in New York, Li-Ling Tan reports.
Americans applying for jobless claims for the first time rose to 861,000 in the past week, according to the U.S. Labor Department. The uptick reversed a recent downtrend and dampened hopes of a sustained labor market recovery as COVID-19 cases decline and more vaccines become available. I'm Li-Ling Tan in New York.
Former U.S. Senator Bob Dole has been diagnosed with stage 4 lung cancer. From FSN's bureau in San Francisco, Rachel Silverman reports.
The 97-year-old two-time former Senate Majority Leader announced his lung cancer diagnosis on Twitter. He says he'll begin treatment on Monday. Bob Dole represented Kansas in the U.S. Senate for 27 years. He's the last World War II veteran to have been nominated for president by a major political party.
From bureaus worldwide, this is FSN.
I spend a lot of time in the backyard, and I'm the center of attention at summer barbecues. In '96, I made some of the tastiest s'mores. And in '09, it was me, your backyard fire pit, that accidentally started a wildfire when a summer breeze carried one of my embers into some dry brush.
Spark a change, not a wildfire. Visit SmokeyBear.com, brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Hope you enjoyed your meal. And I just want to say, he's lucky to have a brother like you.
Lucky? Caring for my brother is far from easy. But he's a part of me, like my arms and legs, so I'll be his. No time for tired. Nothing can disable this love. He needs me, but I'm the lucky one, even though I need help now and then.
If you're caring for a loved one, visit aarp.org/caregiving for care guides and community. Support for your strength. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
What if I told you that a tornado was going to happen tomorrow, right where you live? That it would touch down at exactly 3:17 p.m. and I told you the exact path it would take. You would, of course, prepare. You would talk with your loved ones, and you'd make a plan today. It's true, I can't tell you a tornado will strike tomorrow, but shouldn't you have a plan anyway? Go to ready.gov/communicate and make your emergency plan today. Don't wait. Communicate. Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
This is Mario Andretti. You know me as a race car driver, but I'm also a Meals on Wheels volunteer. I've raced against the sport's biggest personalities, but I've never met more vibrant, amazing people than the seniors served by Meals on Wheels. You can make a difference by dropping off a hot meal and saying a quick hello. So, America, let's do lunch. Volunteer your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org.
This message brought to you by Meals on Wheels America and the Ad Council.
The following is a production of Phoenix Media. The views expressed do not necessarily represent those of the company or its advertisers and may contain language that's unsuitable for younger listeners.
Laugh it up, fuzzball.
I'm about to do to you what Limp Bizkit did to music in the late 90s.
Surely you can't be serious.
I am serious. And don't call me Shirley.
Here goes the last DJ.
Gentlemen, I wash my hands of this weirdness.
Welcome back, folks, to the second hour of this episode of the Kristian Fenix Radio Show on a Friday, February 19th. We are your daily dose of laughs and levity in a crazy, crazy world. Still joined by my co-host, Mr. Tony Sanfilippo. Tony, are you ready for the fastest hour of the day to close out the week?
Of course I'm ready for the fastest hour. Got that, during that little 7-minute break, got that fresh redo up on the caffeine fix of my tea and ready for the fastest hour.
Yeah, that 7-minute break usually feels so short, but this one in particular felt like it was almost like 24 hours. It's crazy.
It is so weird. It took a while.
It did. But
nonetheless, I like breaks, so I'm okay with that.
There you go. Well, regardless, this is the interactive portion of the show where we want to hear from you guys, the listeners and watchers, on our topic of the day, which is why we give it to you 24 hours in advance so that you can give us a call on the Fenix Line with your answer, suggestion, point, whatever it may be, at 855-PHOENIX-RADIO. Just give us a call there. Let us know what you think on the topic of the day, or head over to our Facebook page at facebook.com/Kristian Fenix Radio. Click into the live video and comment there. Today's topic is long-term relationship goals. Where do you want to get in your relationship where you feel comfortable doing X, whatever it is? You no longer have to hold in that fart. You can talk about whatever. What is your long-term relationship goal? Now, Tony, being our resident bachelor, obviously, down the road, you would love to have a long-term relationship. What is the thing you're looking forward to getting to the point of in a relationship where you can really just be yourself?
I would probably say you would definitely say farts, right? That's kind of a common thing. I think for me would be like moving in together. Like that would be kind of can you blend like the geeky nerdiness with whatever she has, and could you do like your radio show, which obviously we do from our homes. Like, could I have her like in the next room, like watching and stuff? I'm not used to having anybody, it'd be like if we did this in front of a live studio audience, that'd be a little nerve-wracking. It's kind of nice that we just do it this way. But I think like that would be a little awkward for me to get over at first. But, understanding what I do aside from just my everyday job. And, that would be a little, I think that would be the relationship goal, is to eventually move in and be comfortable with everything you do, all your weird quirkinesses,
Yeah.
If I randomly just want to go, ha ha, the no judgment things.
Right. You're not going to offend
anybody.
That
early on enough to kind of see if I can scare them away, and if I don't,
if you don't embarrass them out in public, then maybe it's meant to be,
Yeah, definitely. I don't know when that time would be where I'd like to run around them in a circle and be really silly.
Mm. And, when you find the right person, Jessie works, her office is actually right above mine. She'll move around from time to time when she's doing her Zoom calls. But, we are cohabitating. We've got our separate jobs, but we exist in the same space. And there's a lot of days where I don't even see her pretty much for the entire workday. You know, I start working, I do everything I need to do. I work my 10 to 12 hours, emerge from the office looking like Tom Hanks in the second act of Castaway, and don't even see her. So, you know, we can coexist in that same space at the same time. For my relationship goal, you know, it's just being yourself. It's being candid. You know, we're able to have open conversations about things like sex, you know, whereas before you're always sort of hesitant to bring something up or to try something new. But when you're at that point in the relationship where you're saying, hey, you know, what do you think about trying this? Or have you ever thought about that? Or, you know, let me try something. You know, it's a quite a rewarding feeling knowing that you can have that sort of long-term relationship goal.
Oh, right. Where they don't have to think you're a weirdo or something, right?
Exactly. You can be yourself and truly be yourself. You know, when you start dating, you're obviously a little guarded. You try and, you know, put on a happy face. But the problem is, you know, a lot of the times the person that you're dating who's doing that, that's not their true selves. And as soon as they reveal their true selves, either it's wonderful or they've got the crazy eyes.
So you're saying I did it wrong years ago when I tried to be a Christian?
Yeah.
yeah. Poke Fun, you know she ain't watching the show. So
No. But yeah, there was a period in time when Tony went to church just about every Sunday for a girl.
Yep. long haul.
But folks, that is what we're looking for. What are your long-term relationship goals? What point are you trying to achieve by being yourself? You're able to do
Take me to
X.
church!
Chime in now. Go ahead and go to our Facebook page at facebook.com/Kristian Fenix Radio. Click into the live video there. Comment there with your choice, your selection of what you would do in your long-term relationship goals. Folks, when we come back, it is all about you, so don't go anywhere. We will be right back.
Dear John, I'm leaving. Uncontrolled high blood pressure is serious, and I can quit whenever I want. Why can't we get back to when you checked on me? I don't want to leave, but remember, when I quit, you quit. Sincerely, your heart.
Listen to your heart and don't let it quit on you. High blood pressure can lead to a stroke, heart attack, or death. Get yours to a healthy range today. For help keeping yours at a healthy range, text PRESSURE to 97779. A message from the American Heart Association, the American Stroke Association, and the Ad Council.
WWE superstar Alberto Del Rio. Take one.
Behold the angry giant.
Try it again, Alberto.
Behold the angry giant.
Perfect. Good luck tonight.
Behold the angry giant.
Yay! Read me another one, Dad.
This is WWE superstar Alberto Del Rio. It only takes a moment to make a moment. Take time to be a dad today.
Visit fatherhood.gov, brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
It may be hard to believe, but people just like you are already saving money. FeedThePig.org makes it easy. Their simple savings plan teaches you how to start saving without going overboard, so you don't need to sell all your belongings and live in a commune.
These dungarees belong to all of us now, Tom.
You don't need to get a second job as a stuntman.
We need a new stuntman!
You just need FeedThePig.org. Don't get left behind. Get tips and tools at FeedThePig.org. Brought to you by the American Institute of CPAs and the Ad Council.
Most of my family, they never graduated high school, so I'm trying to break that barrier.
My daughter Brooklyn was also a motivation for me to go back to school.
Every day after work, went straight to school, and it paid off.
At age 26, Kareem finished his high school diploma.
I could not have done it alone.
I see the future is really bright for me.
No one gets a diploma alone. If you're thinking of finishing your high school diploma, you have help. Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
So I'm a cat, and I just moved in with this new human, and she's got this little toy she's always playing with, all day long. Tap, 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 bloop, bloop. She can't put it down. There it is. Oh, and get this. She even talks to it. Last week, she asked it for Chinese, and guess what? Egg rolls showed up. Like magic. Humans have cool toys.
A person is the best thing to happen to a shelter pet. Be that person. Adopt. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the ShelterPetProject.org.
What if I told you that a tornado was going to happen tomorrow, right where you live? That it would touch down at exactly 3:17 p.m. and I told you the exact path it would take. You would, of course, prepare. You would talk with your loved ones, and you'd make a plan today. It's true, I can't tell you a tornado will strike tomorrow, but shouldn't you have a plan anyway? Go to ready.gov/communicate and make your emergency plan today. Don't wait. Communicate. Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
You're listening to Phoenix Media. Listen live and explore more great shows at phoenixmedia.us. Get everything you need for the Kristian Fenix Radio Show over at phoenixmedia.us or on Facebook at facebook.com/Phoenix Media Radio. Now back to the show. Indeed. This is the Kristian Fenix Radio Show on a Friday, February 19th. We are smack dab in the middle of the interactive portion of the show where we want to hear from you guys on our topic of the day. Just head over to Facebook at facebook.com/Kristian Fenix Radio. Click into the live video there and comment. We're talking long-term relationship goals. Where do you want to get in your relationship where you feel comfortable doing X? It was funny when I was talking to Jessie about it yesterday. I was telling her, she asks every day, what's your call-in topic? And I'll let her know, and I told her this one. Without missing a beat, she jokingly said, butt stuff.
Butt stuff.
Yeah, boy!
I love that she has the same sense of humor I do. It's
you're like, butt stuff? Well, anything butt stuff, huh?
But, we were saying, Tony gave his, pick or his goal.
It's kind of lame, yeah.
Which would be moving in, but cohabitating is a big step. And then I was talking, open, candid conversations about anything, including sex. Folks, we want to hear from you. Go ahead and chime.
Sexy time I like, very nice. So you want to talk about the butt stuff? Nice.
Go ahead and chime in now on Facebook. And Tony, I assume that you had a couple people chime in on your end.
I have a few people that have chimed in. Where should we start today? Let's start with a name I haven't said in a long time. My friend Shay, she chimed in and said, one relationship goal could be walking around the house naked. Finally just being like, you know what? I don't give two F's. You've seen it. I don't care. Hello. Want some coffee,
That's a great example. Yeah.
That's actually a great goal, Another one she said is, showering together, or while one's showering, the other's using the toilet. So those are definitely great, because that is an awkward, back when I go in the Wayback Machine and I had lived with, the spousey spouse, and that was always a weird one. It was like you're showering and, kind of pun intended, she's going to the Sherwood Forest, and you're like, all right then.
Doing their business just as long as they...
Good! Turn on the fan, though.
As long as they have the courtesy not to flush while you are showering, because...
you'll get burned.
Or the opposite, it goes extremely cold.
Oh, cold, yeah. That's not a... yeah, boy! That's a bad one.
Yeah, I don't know, why it does that, but it does. And then showering together, it depends on the shower, because somebody always...
It's a tiny shower?
Yeah, somebody always loses out. One person always gets the nice warm water while the other one's freezing their ass off, literally, until you switch.
Yeah, until you do that. So, Stacy chimed in and said, by 6 months, that person should be your best friend, and you should be able to be your complete self with them. If not, it's time to move on.
Absolutely agreed.
That's great, because I think 6 months is a good realm of getting to know that person, and you'll know.
Yeah.
Case in point, the last girlfriend I had, I knew in 6 months I had known that it wasn't going to work.
Yeah.
And I was real about it, and we had the conversation, and we parted ways. And, that particular one, we didn't stay friends, but that's okay.
That's all right. That's the way it goes. And, within that 6 month time, that mask that you put on, that persona that you put on in the beginning of a relationship starts to wash off a little bit. And like I said in the last segment, you either get that person's true self, which you absolutely love, or the crazy comes out and you know it's time to probably move on.
Right. You just know. And I think that's a good one. So great one on that, Stace. And then, of course, you can't have a show without our friend Friday, good old Lace. She had said, one of the big things, because when I sent her the topic thing, at first it was like because she's been with Michael since they were in high school. They were actually best friends. They were younger. They got to know, not high school, I apologize, but when they were younger teens, you know, they were best friends. And, that Michael had dated girls, while him and Lacey were friends, So it's one of those things, they were best friends before. So she said it really helps that they started out as friends, where you could just blow ass in front of that person, or you could just be that weirdo that runs circles, Like, am I going to go up to a girl today and go run around her and go, oh my God, let me tell you about the story of this one time, and then I did this? Like, I'm not going to do that on a first impression to somebody. No. Yeah, but once you know that I'm just a silly, fun-carrying guy and I'm goofy and I really don't give a rat's ass what other people think, you're going to be like, you know what, that dude's crazy. I like him. And I think that really helped out for Lacey there, because they've been married for, I don't know how many years. So, but for a long period of time, they have 2 beautiful kids together. So they're doing something right. And when they fight, man, their fights are very minimal, very just like conversations. They discuss it. They move on. So they know what makes each other tick, and that's a good thing. It's knowing your partner, and there's nothing they wouldn't do in front of each other.
Exactly. And they're the exception to the rule. I mean, it's very few and far between that high school sweethearts or, people who grew up together end up being married for a long period of time and still like each other after that period of time.
Yeah. When you think of like our high school era, I mean, I know you're with Jess and we went to high school together, but you guys didn't get together in high school. I can't think of anybody except Erica and Skylar Angelini.
Yep.
They're the only one I can think of from our high school class that are still together and still happy.
Yeah, and that's the thing. By that point down the road, most people who are still together are doing it for the sake of the kids or because it's comfortable, not because they like each other.
No, and there's a straight love. I mean, they're a fantastic couple. I know they don't think they watch the show because they don't really do social media, but that's okay. If you do happen to watch this, love you guys. Jamie, Anna also chimed in and said, I guess long-term goal is actually to cry in front of them. I mean, I might shed a tear or two, but I don't like crying in front of anyone for several reasons. I was brought up not to cry. And one time she was in a bad relationship and she just became numb to that. So she wouldn't cry because it felt like he had broken her. So she wouldn't give him the satisfaction of seeing that or the pleasure. So she learned that when it's time to just truly trust someone, she'll just let them see her cry and be herself, Because that is one of those things you want to share. You want to be careful not to let too much out in the beginning because people don't know you. So, and that's the same thing with talking too, right? You don't want to. Man, I've made this mistake many times in getting to know girls. Is sometimes you open up too much, and the problem is I had to go through, a divorce and all that stuff where I didn't talk much. Like I wouldn't tell you how I felt, things like that.
Yeah, you're afraid.
And then all of a sudden, it's just a floodgate. Now it comes out, and you're like, ooh.
You're afraid to pull that baggage out, and then when you open the baggage, there's no putting that stuff back in for sure.
Nope, and it's definitely one of those goals too. Don't hover too much in your past relationships. Just cliff notes, basics. If they want to ask questions, divulge what you want to divulge. Otherwise, don't talk too much about it because it seems like you're living in it too much, and that's something I think I've had an issue with where. I know I'm not living in it, but when I feel like I need to explain who I am, I kind of hover in that realm for too long. So,
and you are your past, so you unfortunately got to bring that with you. But folks, we still have about 3 minutes left, so there is still time to chime in if you would like. Now, I did pull up a list, as I do, with basically things you understand when you're in a long-term relationship, things that pretty much everybody can relate to if they've been in a long-term relationship. For instance, you don't have to worry about first date nerves anymore since you've become so comfortable around your significant other. Tony, I know you still get those first date nerves every once in a while trying to plan out in your head how it's going to go, but you know what? when you're in that long-term relationship, you don't have to worry about that anymore. Even if you are going out on dates on a weekly basis with your significant other, it's comfortable, it's fun.
Yeah, that's a fun relationship goal too, is actually being spontaneous and just going on. You got to keep that spark alive. You don't want to just go put all that effort in the beginning and then just let it. You want to be like, hey, let's have a date night. Let's have a together night.
Exactly.
Obviously, you're both going to have careers and things you do, and if you have kids, obviously, or you're with somebody that has kids, that's top priority. So. Yep.
This is a great one. You don't get embarrassed when you're rocking that face mask or you have some serious bedhead hair. It's true. When you're first dating somebody, you only see them, in our case, you see your date in makeup only, and they only let you see them in makeup. When you get to that point in the relationship where the makeup comes off and you're comfortable and your hair is sideways and you don't look your best, but you still love that person unconditionally, that is a great goal to have.
Yeah. For me too, now if I tell a girl I do a radio show and she watches it, like if I haven't told her I have a collection of Funko Pops, I've given myself away. All you have to do is watch one episode and exposed, right?
You know just how big of a nerd Tony is.
Yeah, because I'm pretty much me on the show. I tone down the F-bombs are not flying out. So
exactly.
There's a lot of F-bombs that come out of this mouth sometimes.
And then finally, in long-term relationship goals, this is a fantastic one to have. You have an array of inside jokes only the two of you could ever understand. And I can absolutely relate to that. Jesse and I have these things that over the years, we've just come up with. They've come out of silly, fun conversations, and we know when we say it to the other person exactly what it means. A third party hearing it, they would just think we're crazy.
Yeah, that's the thing. I think that's where you develop the best friends. That's where you tie that all together with what Lacey mentioned. You get that best friend stuff, and everything just flows nicely, man.
Exactly. Well, folks, that does it for the interactive portion of the show. When we come back, we've got our interview with our special guest, Kenneth Allen from Amplified Entertainment. You won't want to miss it. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Yeah, boy!
I spend a lot of time in the backyard, and I'm the center of attention at summer barbecues. In '96, I made some of the tastiest s'mores. And in '09, it was me, your backyard fire pit, that accidentally started a wildfire when a summer breeze carried one of my embers into some dry brush.
Spark a change, not a wildfire. Visit SmokeyBear.com, brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
My name is Lola Silvestri, and I'm going to be 95 this year. I was very independent. I fell, and I had to have Meals on Wheels. America, let's do lunch.
1 in 6 seniors faces the threat of hunger, and millions more live in isolation. Drop off a hot meal and say a quick hello. Volunteer for Meals on Wheels by donating your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org. This message brought to you by Meals on Wheels America and the Ad Council.
Hey everyone, let's all stop what we're doing and take a moment. You see, every moment can be kind of special. But they can be loud moments, goofy moments, dorky moments, it doesn't matter. Because every time dads like us take a moment like that to spend with our kids, well, it's pretty momentous. So let's take a moment to make a moment. Call 877-4DAD-411 or visit fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
Allison is perfect. I mean, she'd never tell you that. She's humble and perfect. She likes everyone. She even likes her untidy roommate's weird guinea pig. Allison, wait, are you texting and driving? Allison, no. That's the exact opposite of what I was just saying about you. Why, Allison? Why? Texting and driving makes good people look bad. Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
I'm Paul George of the Indiana Pacers. When I was 6, my days were spent playing basketball. When I was 6, my dream was to make it to the NBA. When I was 6, my mom had a stroke. So I want you to learn to spot a stroke fast. F-A-S-T. F, face drooping. A, arm weakness. S, speech difficulty. T, time to call 911. I'm Paul George. Spot a stroke fast. Visit strokeassociation.org. Brought to you by the American Stroke Association and the Ad Council.
My name is Lola Silvestri, and I'm going to be 95 this year. I was very independent. I fell, and I had to have Meals on Wheels. America, let's do lunch.
1 in 6 seniors faces the threat of hunger, and millions more live in isolation. Drop off a hot meal and say a quick hello. Volunteer for Meals on Wheels by donating your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org. This message brought to you by Meals on Wheels America and the Ad Council.
You're listening to Phoenix Media, the future of broadcasting. Listen live at phoenixmedia.us. Get everything you need for the Kristian Fenix Radio Show over at phoenixmedia.us or on Facebook at facebook.com/Phoenix Media Radio. Now back to the show. And we are back, folks. This is the Kristian Fenix Radio Show on a Friday, February 19th. And we talk about it a couple times each show. It is the Fenix Line, our 24-hour-a-day, 7-day-a-week voicemail line, giving you guys the opportunity to chime in on anything whatsoever, including our call-in topic of the day. Now, keep in mind, we don't have one for Monday because we're off next week, but we will be back the following Monday, so just keep an eye on our Facebook page for whatever that topic may be. To chime in, give us a call at 855-PHOENIX-RADIO, that's 855-FENIX-RDO, or 855-336-4973 for the alphanumerically impaired. All we ask is that you keep it entertaining. We'll compile those together, put them out in a future show. Now, in this segment, wanted to introduce our special guest, Kenneth Allen of Amplified Entertainment. They are a DJ service, model promo service. They do just about everything here in the greater Northern Nevada area and beyond. They're into Northern California, Oregon, Washington. But without further ado, here is my interview with Kenneth Allen of Amplified Entertainment. Folks, please help me welcome our special guest. He's a DJ, performer, entrepreneur, owner of the Western U.S.'s premier entertainment booking and DJ services provider. Yes, I'm talking Amplified Entertainment. DJ Ken Tote himself, Mr. Ken Allen. Ken, how you doing?
Hey, man, I'm well. How are you, man? Thanks for reaching out. I appreciate it. How's it going?
I'm good. Yeah, we couldn't have a DJ on without the DJ air horn. It has to go hand in hand.
Gotta be there.
So Amplified Entertainment, you've been a staple here in the Reno area for 17 years. Can you tell our listeners a little bit about how you got started with that and what brings you to where you're at today?
Yes, sir. I kind of had a big vision on entertainment. When I was growing up, it was just a passion of mine that I really wanted to get involved in. And for me to have the opportunity to, maximize my opportunities, I got started in radio, being an on-air personality, doing promotions and marketing, van hits, and they started moving me onto radio remotes, and from there it kind of progressed, and I just kind of soaked up all the knowledge I could as far as like the promotional aspects of things. And I've always been that people person, man. It's just always been me. So being able to reflect my personality onto others and make people smile, and entertainment, man, it's definitely it's a blessing for sure.
Yeah, and I mean, you've got a number of DJs under you, and it's obvious that everybody enjoys what they're doing. They enjoy working for Amplified, and is that sort of the culture that you brought to the business? It's just a fun business to be in, really?
It really is a fun business to be in, you talk about the culture, and when I first started, it was very big. People were like, you got to treat it like a business. You have to just it's a business, and absolutely right. You do have to make sure that you're doing the business mentality parts on a lot, but I treated it more like a family, and everybody that I feel and bring onto the team are they're family members, man, and we look out for each other, and I've kind of molded that where a lot of people doubted it, and here we are today. And I know you had 17. We're at 22 years later.
Are you
man.
Really? Wow.
It's been a long time, man. It's been a long time, and to be able to be still at the top, and no disrespect to anybody else out there doing it, man. It's a it's a tough job out there, man. And there's a lot of competition out there. And we're just so blessed to have so many clients and so many people referring our positive brand. And, we're growing. During a pandemic, we're growing. It's crazy, man. We're up to 14 plus DJs now on staff and, on 3 radio stations. It's just, again, a true blessing, man. I can't be more appreciative than I ever have.
Well, and I'm sure that's just attributed to the way you run the business. Now, aside from DJ services, for events like weddings, quinceañeras, what other services do you guys provide?
So we, throughout the years, I've built a one-stop shop. So we pretty much can handle any event from small to large scale. We do full sound and stage production, lighting production, LED walls. I mean, you name it, we got it. Party characters, princesses, party supply rentals, dance floors, photo booths, photography, videography. I mean, you name it, we do it. Or we'll bundle it with great partners that we've worked with throughout the many years. So a lot of people are, taking that one-stop shop, mindful to us, and they'll call us, and it's, you worry about so many things on your special occasion. And if you could just call one company and they handle all of it for you, man, it takes a lot of headaches away, especially when you're trying to do something like a big wedding or, a big quinceañera, and I could take 5 or 6 elements off of your stress. Put it on us, man. That's what we're good at. That's what we do.
That's the way to do it. Now, I got to ask, you got promo models, go-go dancers, street team. How did that all come about?
Each element kind of built on its own. It was something where I was just like, well, we're not doing this yet. Why don't we start doing this? And I've always had a lot of talent. I've always supported a lot of talent throughout Northern Nevada. And, I think, throughout the many years, I've worked with some of the best of them out there, but now there's just so much talent out in this city now. And I think the pandemic kind of helped showcase more people on social media. But many people reach out to me and they're looking for that outlet, man, to, get out there and showcase their skills on a higher platform. And we're just, ecstatic to be able to be that brand, to be able to do so.
That totally makes sense. And now, what drew me to you originally, now I used you for my dog rescue nonprofit previously. You guys have a slogan of community first. What does that entail? What are you guys doing community-wise?
So community-wise, we worked with several of the nonprofits in town. I mean, the list goes on and on and on, but some of them, to name them, obviously with yours was an amazing event. But Northern Nevada Ray Family Foundation, we do all of their events for them. It's like a children's respite center. Relay for Life for the American Cancer Society, the Autism Walk, the Heart Walk. We do a lot of stuff. We did the Special Olympics polar plunge in Tahoe. We do a lot of the renowned children's hospital events. And matter of fact, we pre-pandemic, for 3 years straight, we would take our party characters, princesses, and we have a community first group. We actually go into the hospital once a month and, create smiles, man, in those hallways, and just a little give back, man. I mean, you're only as good as your community, and that's where, I really, really put our heart in our sleeve and our brand into the community because, being here that many years, I owe it to my community for supporting me for so many years.
Yeah, and there's nothing more rewarding than those smiles from kids that aren't expecting a Disney princess or a Marvel character to come in and brighten their day.
Absolutely. And, you never know who, what somebody's going through or who anything out there, man. Like, you got to treat every situation like its own, man. And, understand if you were put in that position, what could you do to help, and I've always been that person that, definitely I got a big heart, man. And I'd love to spread the love and the smiles.
That's awesome. Now, you mentioned the pandemic, COVID. Obviously, nightclubs aren't open. People can't go see live music right now. What have you guys been doing to kind of keep Amplified rolling during this time?
So as any businessman, we had to sit back and look at things and figure out how we could adapt to the times. And, right around March, April, we started looking at creative ways to, understanding that we can't do large scale events. We can't do nightclubs. We can't do, many of our weddings and quinceañeras were getting either canceled or rolled over. So we rolled all of them into the next year. But at that same time, we didn't just want to sit back and do nothing. So we generated an opportunity to be able to go out and do curbside visits. And we did a lot of curbside visits with a live DJ, party characters, and then we were doing cul-de-sac parties for many. So, we were still able to do, we even did like Sonic's grand opening. We do a lot of stuff from our end where we pull up fully contained in our own vehicle. I don't need power from anybody. We have power. We have everything. So the DJ's on the vehicle, socially distanced away from everybody else. Party characters in a full suit, socially distanced. And whether they're dancing in front, we did a couple with our LED hoopers that they would come out and, hoop for people. And I'm still doing community give back stuff like that. If I knew a family person that was going through some things, I would just surprise and pull right up to their home and try to spread a few smiles myself.
That's very cool. And speaking of spreading smiles yourself, I've seen you a number of times on social media doing live stream, DJ, just having fun from your home. And it's nice to get that sense that you're doing what you can.
We do, and my guys are really good at what they do, man. They're passionate. They're super good DJs, man. And the only way to do it is to stay active. And thank God our social media platforms have grown so much throughout the years. But to have that outlet to be able to showcase your skills and your whole entire team, to be able to continue to push and at a time where you're not so busy outside, to be able to bring somebody and hone them right where you're at, in the power of your own home.
Yeah, and with the live stream element of it, I mean, you get real-time interaction and engagement, and you can see, people who are watching and liking and commenting, which is just a great way to do it before things start to open up again. So we've got about a minute left, Ken. Why don't you go ahead and tell people how they can get a hold of you online, on social media, where they can see these live stream events, and if somebody's interested in booking you, how they can do that.
Awesome. Sure. Yeah, I appreciate that. Well, you can find us, we mix live on 3 radio stations, Reno Media Group radio stations, Alice 96.5, Juan 101.7, and Swag 104.9. But also in lieu of that, you can find us on our Mixcloud. We post our mixes up there. It's mixcloud.com/amplifiedent. Any social media platform, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, TikTok, which is another big one for us. At Amplified ENT, Facebook.com/AmpENT. And then, last but not least, if you wanted to book our services or just have any questions or see how we can be a part of your special occasion or community event, our website is amplifiedent.com.
That's awesome. When the world opens back up, I can't wait to get back out there, see you guys live and in action, seeing what you're doing. But Ken, I appreciate you taking the time, spending it with me again, letting people know about who you are, what you do, and how they can join in the fun.
I appreciate you guys very much, man. Thank you so much.
You got it.
This is Mario Andretti. You know me as a race car driver, but I'm also a Meals on Wheels volunteer. I've raced against the sport's biggest personalities, but I've never met more vibrant, amazing people than the seniors served by Meals on Wheels. You can make a difference by dropping off a hot meal and saying a quick hello. So, America, let's do lunch. Volunteer your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org.
This message brought to you by Meals on Wheels America and the Ad Council.
People been saying to your friend, get a different face, and posting on their feed, they're super ugly. The things they say to them online are cruel and they're not true. So tell your friend, I'll stand up for you. Don't worry, I know what to do.
Know someone being bullied online? You can be a witness and make a difference by letting the world know it isn't cool and by letting your friend know you care. Learn more at eyewitnessbullying.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
Hope you enjoyed your meal. And I just want to say, he's lucky to have a brother like you.
Lucky? Caring for my brother is far from easy. But he's a part of me, like my arms and legs, so I'll be his. No time for tired. Nothing can disable this love. He needs me, but I'm the lucky one, even though I need help now and then.
If you're caring for a loved one, visit aarp.org/caregiving for care guides and community. Support for your strength. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
Dear John, I'm leaving. Uncontrolled high blood pressure is serious, and I can quit whenever I want. Why can't we get back to when you checked on me? I don't want to leave, but remember, when I quit, you quit. Sincerely, your heart.
Listen to your heart and don't let it quit on you. High blood pressure can lead to a stroke, heart attack, or death. Get yours to a healthy range today. For help keeping yours at a healthy range, text PRESSURE to 97779. A message from the American Heart Association, the American Stroke Association, and the Ad Council.
WWE superstar Alberto Del Rio. Take one.
Behold the angry giant.
Try it again, Alberto.
Behold the angry giant.
Perfect. Good luck tonight.
Behold the angry giant.
Yay! Read me another one, Dad.
This is WWE superstar Alberto Del Rio. It only takes a moment to make a moment. Take time to be a dad today.
Visit fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
It may be hard to believe, but people just like you are already saving money. FeedThePig.org makes it easy. Their simple savings plan teaches you how to start saving without going overboard, so you don't need to sell all your belongings and live in a commune.
These dungarees belong to all of us now, Tom.
You don't need to get a second job as a stuntman.
We need a new stuntman!
You just need FeedThePig.org. Don't get left behind. Get tips and tools at FeedThePig.org. Brought to you by the American Institute of CPAs and the Ad Council.
You're listening to Phoenix Media, the future of broadcasting. Explore more great shows at phoenixmedia.us. Get everything you need for the Kristian Fenix radio show over at phoenixmedia.us or on Facebook at facebook.com/Phoenix Media Radio. Now back to the show. Well, folks, we made it to the final segment of the final day of this episode of the Kristian Fenix radio show on a Friday, February 19th. As I mentioned before, we are taking the next week off, but you can still tune into the best of shows that will be playing for your enjoyment. But in the meantime, if you missed a portion of this show, or you want to go back and catch up on any of those previous shows, you can do so. Head over to phoenixmedia.us, click on the show's link, scroll on down to the Kristian Fenix radio show. From there, you can get video, you can get audio as well, or head over to wherever you get podcasts. Apple, Google, Stitcher, Spotify, Anchor Breaker, TuneIn, iHeart, Doozer, Dozer, Geezer, Gozer.
Are you a god?
Hell yeah! Hell yeah! Way to save us on this Friday.
That doomed us all week up until today.
Exactly.
Last day we're saved by Mr. Whoever that was. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah! Well, folks, while you're there, be sure to subscribe. That way you always have the latest episode. Leave a review. Let us know what you think and tell your friends. Because why, Tony?
Sharing is caring.
And we care and we share, which is why we do this segment each and every day. Drop a little knowledge on you, hopefully make you laugh at the same time. It is time for This Day in History.
Crossing the globe for the stories that turn the world on its head. It's This Day in History with your correspondent on the beat,
Kristian Fenix.
Thanks, Siri. All right, kicking things off in the year 197, Lucius Septimius Severus's army beats Claudius Albinus at Lyon. It sounds like a passage out of Harry Potter, and they're introducing the new teacher for defense against the dark arts.
That's exactly what I was thinking on that. Hello, Lucius, and welcome to year 197. You will not make it to 198. Come on, Mizzou!
And I've said it before, we need to bring back that naming convention for people. So, my co-host, Tonius Sanfilippois.
Ooh, I like it.
Let's keep moving on. Let's see. What would be a good one? How about this day in 1771? Charles Messier adds M46 through M49 to his catalog. Galactic clusters in Puppis and Hydra and Galaxy in Virgo.
Puppis.
And only...
Puppis in Hydra and Galaxy. Like a Virgo. Touched for the very first time.
And I only read that one to say the word Puppis.
Yeah,
I pooped my pants.
This day in 1807, U.S. Vice President Aaron Burr is arrested in Alabama for treason. He's later acquitted. Hopefully he had a nice big glass of milk. Do you remember those milk commercials, Tone?
Yeah. Got milk. Was Aaron Burr? No. But
oh, no. There was the one where it was the Alexander Hamilton Museum. They have the radio contest, and they say, who shot Alexander Hamilton? He calls up, his mouth is full of cookies, and he goes, Aaron Burr. and he doesn't win because he didn't have any milk. Aaron Burr.
He looks like a little weasel. Like a weasel in the sense that I wouldn't trust that cat.
Yeah. He looks very different from the way they portrayed him in the musical Hamilton.
Yeah.
Let's move on.
Bear.
Moving on, this day in 1878, Thomas Edison is granted a patent for his gramophone, also known as the phonograph. This would later lead to the record player, but they used to do it on the cylinders where it would groove in the audio signals, and that's how they would play it.
It's crazy how somebody just comes up with that, way back when. Grandmama foam, grandmama foam.
And the funny thing is, audio has these audio waves that can be visualized. The fact that somebody knew to take those and turn those into a way to record and play back is just crazy. But we're glad he did, because otherwise we wouldn't be here doing what we're doing today.
It's crazy.
Yep. This day in 1910, English premiere of Richard Strauss, his piece Elektra, and we're not talking about Jennifer Garner's terrible Marvel movie. We're talking about a piece of musical art.
That's pretty cool. I wonder if that's why they had Elektra Records.
Ooh, good question.
Because it's spelt the same.
Yeah.
Metallica, right behind me. All those were on Elektra Records.
That might be worth a deep dive. Let's move on. This day in 1910, Typhoid Mary Mallon is freed from her first periods of forced isolation and goes on to cause several further outbreaks of typhoid in the New York area.
Way to go, a-hole.
Seriously.
Way to go, a-hole! Should have wore a mask. Would have been all that much better.
Here's one that I had to read twice to fully understand what had happened, and it's still strange. This day in 1914, 4-year-old Charlotte May Piersdorf, mailed by train from Grangeville, Idaho, to her grandparents' house 73 miles away in the most famous Child in the Post instance. You could just mail your child somewhere back in the early 1900s?
I'd like to send Charlotte. She'll be okay. And hey, you're a handsome, tall, young fellow. You look trustworthy. He actually looks like the guy from the other day. It was yesterday we were talking about this day in history, and I mentioned smoking in the boys' room with the guy. Yeah, that's what this tall dude looks like.
Totally.
Well, just his face.
My only question is, does a child require one stamp or two?
Probably just one back in the day.
Yeah.
But adorable. The little kid is like in a hat. Just But this is freaky. I can't believe that was ever a thing.
We truly live in an enlightened time compared to times in the past.
A child came in under the 50-pound parcel weight limit than other ways to travel. Wow.
That is crazy.
Insane.
Let's move on. This day in 1942, another dark time in American history. FDR orders the detention and internment of all West Coast Japanese Americans. We've come a long way for sure. Let's move on to happier things. This day in 1942, Tommy Dorsey and his orchestra recorded I'll Take Tallulah. I'll take Tallulah.
I'll take Tallulah. Hallelujah. Thanks, Tommy Dorsey.
Moving on, this day in 1963, Robert Frost wins the Bollingen Prize. Robert Frost, a famous poet. Tony, what is your favorite Robert Frost poem?
To be or not to be, but that was Shakespeare. So I don't know. It's cold, oh so cold. Why is my butt cheeks frozen?
That was my favorite too.
Okay, I liked it.
Very fitting with his name too.
Well, he wasn't Batman, but okay.
Moving on, this day in 1963, working towards a better part of America, The Feminine Mystique by Betty Friedan, widely credited as the start of the second wave of feminism, is published. And
I think she was in It's a Great Big Wonderful Tomorrow in the Carousel of Progress. I think she showed up in there.
Did she really?
I don't know.
Still.
Roger. It sounds like it.
Pretty cool. Let's move on. This day in 1971, Paul McCartney releases Another Day in the UK.
It's me, Paul McCartney. I'm going to release Another Day in UK. Hello.
Oh, speaking of Beatles, this day in 1981, George Harrison is ordered to pay ABKCO Music $587,000 for subconscious plagiarism of his song My Sweet Lord with Ronnie Mac's song He's So Fine.
My sweet Lord, he's so fine. I ripped off your song 'cause he's so fine. I mean, my sweet Lord, dee-dee-dee-dee. I just thought of a song and I recorded it. Now I lost money on it.
That would be a great topic to do down the road, is songs that either have been plagiarized or sound very similar.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. It's a fantastic topic because...
here's looking at you, Ray Parker Jr.
Yeah. He just did that. Or, like, obviously blatant plagiarism was Vanilla Ice's. Mine goes ding, 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 ding. Theirs goes dum, 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 dum. Mine goes ding, 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 ding.
Let's move on. This day in 1983, Fernando Valenzuela wins his salary arbitration of $1 million. We were just talking about salary arbitration with Don Mattingly. Never knew about it before, and here's almost in a row.
And it's weird. Fernando, I don't remember him being in an Angels uniform. I always remember him as a Dodger, but he was an Angel.
He was an Angel, for sure. And then finally, this day in 2014, the Brit Awards, David Bowie, Ellie Goulding, and the Arctic Monkeys are all big winners.
Ooh, Arctic Monkeys.
All right, let's go ahead and run down the holidays before we head out for the week. This is where we talk about the things we celebrate on the day. For instance, today is Friday Fish Fry Day. Try saying that 5 times fast. That's
Fish Friday, Fish Friday, Fish Friday, Fish Friday, Fish Friday.
It's Friday Fish Fry Day.
Friday Fish Friday, Friday Fish Friday, Friday. Blah, 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 blah.
Not a big fan of fried fish. It is International Tug of War Day. Okay. It is Iwo Jima Day. This is the Flags of Our Fathers famous statue.
Yeah.
It is National
Cream of the crop.
It is National Caregivers Day, a big one for those who rely on caregivers. Ooh.
Absolutely.
Here's one I can enjoy. National Chocolate Mint Day. Yummy. It is
Drop.
National Tartar Sauce Day. I guess that goes hand in hand with the Friday Fish Fry Day. It is National Lash Day. They're talking eyelashes, not whiplashes.
21 wisps with a little lash.
It is National Vet Girls Rise Day. Again, need more information on that. It is National Woman's Heart Day. And it is Prevent Plagiarism Day.
Yeah,
what we were
George
just talking
Harrison.
about. Right. Folks, that does it for this week of shows. Again, we are out next week. Enjoy the best ofs, and we will be back the following Monday. Enjoy your Friday, everybody. We will see you then.
Bye.